we put together a blind resume. Player A, player B, player C. They are all defensemen who are within 6 points of each other. It's the time of year when we're talking about the Norris, which is, of course, voted on by the Pro Hockey Writers Association. Oh, fellas, when you look at the categories on the left, give me a sense for one that really stands out as important.
Handled time on ice.
I'm going to go with C.
C is who?
I don't know who C is, but that's the player I'm going to take.
Why?
I like the block passes and the D-zone denials.
Well,
Defensive player.
Are we trying to guess who these resumes belong to?
No, you're trying to decide which of them is the one you want on your team.
Oh, okay. I totally misunderstood this entire, what do we call this?
It's
Feature.
blind
We call it a
resume.
feature. It's a blind resume.
Yes.
I understand. Okay. Well, Jody's spoken for C. I like, I kind of like, yeah, I would have taken somebody with some higher-end shorthanded time on ice. Block passes, stick checks. I'll go with player B. Seems to have a little bit of an edge over A, just in terms of the defensive prowess. So player B is my guy.
Oh, the reveal.
I got
C was
Josie.
Makar.
It's pretty close to home.
A
It's pretty
was
close to home. Yeah.
Josie. Now, Quinn Hughes is the favorite for the Norris.
Oh.
Neither of you selected him.
That's
Please explain.
That is interesting.
Doesn't block a lot of pucks.
Yeah, I would have. Had I picked before you, I probably would have scooped up C, no question about it. But that really is an interesting to highlight the years that these three have had in some categories other than just the boxcar, goals, assists, points, statistics.
And yet, he is the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
Provided by BetMGM.
How about that list, though? Can't go wrong.
Should he be? Now that you guys have seen all the numbers, should he be the favorite?
As we look at the way it shakes out, and to the picks that Jody and I made, Quinn Hughes has 13 goals on the campaign. I always put a premium on the ability to score goals. It's harder to do, and especially if you're a defender. The picks you and I made have a 6-point bump on Quinn Hughes.
In that category.
Both in that category. Roman Josi has 19 goals on the year. Cale Makar is on the doorstep of scoring his 20th this year as well. So I think there's a case to be made for other than Quinn Hughes. I really do. Take nothing away from Quinn Hughes. He's a brilliant player, one of the best pure skaters in the game today, and he can be a game breaker. The defensive game that these other two bring, it's to me it's an aspect of their games that needs to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say no.
No?
He shouldn't be the favorite.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that those guys have better cases as defensive. You have to have both, right?
Yeah.
It's not just the points. Now, he's a remarkable player. He generates a lot from the blue line.
The plaque says the best all-round defenseman.
Right.
Not all-around, all-round. Don't understand it, but that's what it says. Best all-round defenseman.
And
so whatever that means to you.
Right. And I agree with that, and I agree that a premium or at least some due should be paid to the defensive aspect of the game. Because if you think about it, the way that the Norris is being awarded historically now is much like the Art Ross. If you've got the points, if you've got the point totals to show it, you're walking away with it. Now, Carlson last year, that's a different animal altogether. When you've got, a 20-point, 30-point gap on the rest of your colleagues, your peers, that's a different story. But this is a pretty close contest this year. Again, goal scoring, huge distinction between Hughes, Makar, and Josi. And there's no question for anybody that follows the game, just the ability to defend, to play capably in their own end. Josi and Makar are different players. Bring something that Hughes doesn't have to that degree.
Yeah, and a little more experience too. But I think they should do it that way.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Because we're influenced by other things. I think about the amazing year Vancouver
the team
has
they're
had.
on. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're influenced by a number of different factors, and there's a recency bias. Quinn Hughes earlier in the year was far and away out in front. But now those guys have narrowed the gap. Like Roman Josi during that 18-game point streak was unbelievable. Cale Makar is Cale Makar. He's just awesome all the time. It's fascinating.
You take Makar out of the game, the Avalanche are different. You play them differently.
Without a doubt.
You take Yossi out of the Preds, it's a different team.
Yeah.
You know, and same with Quinn Hughes. Those are all impact players. But I think that those two players, Makar and Yossi, are impact in different ways, obviously, by those numbers.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
Fascinating.
watching Roman Yossi, when I covered the Predators, watching him night in, night out, and I said this even when Shea Weber was still in his prime and a member of the Nashville Predators, Roman Yossi was the most important, valuable skater to that team. When you watch him go end to end, and even if he's not, you know, dropping it in the back of the net or setting up a scoring play, he's constantly offensive zone entries, driving the attack deep into the opposition end a handful of different times a night, and stick on stick in his own end, up into the net behind Rinne. Stick on stick, up into the net behind Rinne. Great, beautiful defender.
High character, too.
Yeah.
That counts for
Wonderful,
something.
Wonderful hair. I mean, look at the teeth and hair on that boy. Look at the teeth and hair on that boy.